I have it.
Okay.
Yeah, the 12th was the, what is that? Is this week?
The 12th, we
Yeah, that's
want,
the empty 12th.
yeah, so we want to make the 12th group.
Yeah.
And the 17th, do I have the 17th scheduled also for the security?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me just record here. We'll record our session so we can we'll also get a summary of what we do. Okay, so today we want to look at the schedule up to the exam. So we have scheduled, we have the database chapter assigned, and that's due on the 19th, on the 12th. Is that correct?
Yes.
And we have the 17th of February, we have Mauricio, the head of IT security, coming in. And on the 19th, we have the security chapter due. Is that correct? Is that what it's going to be?
Yeah.
And
we could even make that the 24th potentially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could make it even we could even assign it
on the 10th.
Assign the security on the 17th, I guess.
On the 17th, yeah. I'll move that down. So they'll get like a little extra time off.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. And then on the 24th, and then we have to have the notebook assignment will be assigned. You'll show it to them. You'll expose it to them when?
On the 17th.
And it'll be due on the 24th?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It could even be due on the 26th, but probably on the 24th.
I like the 24th, and the reason is the 26th, we can
examine review?
Have a formal review.
Yeah, I like that.
You know what I mean? So they've already done supposedly the review. They've already starting the review on the 24th. On the 26th, we can do it and we can look at some of their sessions there. And then on the 3rd, we have the exam. And on the 5th, I'd like to start with them on the 5th for their projects.
Okay.
And have maybe on the 5th already, have them break out into groups and discuss the projects. So they can already have an idea on that 5th coming back. Okay. So the question is, a couple of things on, one is, did you see that tutorial I sent you? Did you have a chance to look at it? Probably it's all right if you didn't, on how to do the controls.
I haven't seen that.
Okay, I'll do a video on it, a short little video clip on it. And basically, you can use Zoom in the settings. You can change for the settings. You can make it that you can record the controls via Zoom. if you set up, basically you have to set up the general settings, and then you have your own client. You have to make sure that you're sharing within your screen, your client. I think it's still good that the students are familiar with doing external recordings.
Yeah, I think so too.
On premise. Sometimes you just want a short little video clip to send somebody, and a lot of times it's good if you know some that are also.
You have to enable it, and I'm looking at the video now.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. That's why I didn't have it, because I didn't enable it.
Yeah. But there's two that you have to enable. You have to enable the general settings and then your own client when you log in settings. And by default, it's off. The default is off.
Yeah.
So, and I give credit on Camellia in section K. She found out how to do it on her own. She was the only student that said, "Hey, I figured it out."
That's cool.
Yeah, so now more and more that you're figuring out who's resourceful, you know what I mean? So that's good. So something that we both learned on it. Okay, so that's number one, but that's beside the issue. So the notebook LM, which is interesting. Have you started writing that up or not yet?
I put it in AI just to get an outline.
Okay, good.
So it's very general, though. I have to make it.
Yeah, but let me just share my screen, what I've found, and that you can add to it because I think it's important. Okay, so let me share my screen. So I think, do they need again a Google account to get into Notebook LM?
Yeah, well, they all have one now.
Yeah, they all have one.
It shouldn't be the school account.
What?
It shouldn't be the school account.
Okay, so we have to tell them. So maybe jot some of these down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As we're going through this. That's why I wanted to do it together. Because isn't that great when we collaborate? We both fill in the parts. So they've changed Notebook LM, and even this is good to know too. This may be a good link to have too. Notebook LM.
See that .google?
What?
Isn't that awesome, .google?
Yeah. So this may be a good think smarter, not harder. I like that ID. The ultimate for understanding that matters most, built with Gemini 2.0. What I like about Notebook LM is they're using a Gemini 2.0. When, for instance, when I do 1-800 ChatGPT, when you call, ChatGPT is using a much lower version of their.
It's probably swirl names.
Right. But here, try it, but your personal upload your sources, right? And this is nice of PDFs, website, YouTube, videos, audio files, Google Docs, slides, instant insights, gets to work, see the source, not just the answer, listen and learn to go. And then this is what people do. This is not what I want. This is maybe what I want. And then generate new content in an intuitive way. Yeah. So what they're trying to do now, which is this is the link I want. This is probably a good link. From December 24th. So one of the things that is nice about this class, Daniel, is you just can see how even the products you used last semester have changed already, right?
Yeah.
They've added, which is nice that we can use that one. That now I really like the idea of auto interactivity, and what they're trying to do is think about a revenue model, Daniel. So the revenue model is that premium version is they're trying to sell to the enterprise. It'd be interesting to find out later, since we're now customers of Google, right, with the students having it, whether we will have it or not. But for us right now, it's not worth it. But what I understand the premium version was going to be is that if you're using Teams or you're using groups, that you can easily then share your notebooks together as a group. But we don't read the AI generated summary. They have here listen to the articles, but that intuitive way where you have the sources, basically here the chat. Did the first version, could we ask questions with?
Yeah.
We could, and then this studio, and then basically try it. See this, try it for your organization. Get 5 times more audio overviews per notebook. Which is, I don't know how useful that is, but they're trying to figure out. You can see as they go along, Daniel, they're trying to figure out how they can charge for it. How to make money. And I don't even know if there's even a demand for that. Once you've generated it, I don't know why you need 5 times more audio overviews, and how, and I think their PDFs is lengthening, but they're trying. Customize.
It's funny how they just broadly say additional privacy and security.
Right. Meaning we've right.
Yeah.
What does that mean? And additional, not absolute.
Exactly.
Well, once you're in this, you know that they are. I just assume they are taking my information, but let them take the information that we put for the textbook, right? It's public anyway, so that is, But what you can see here is that you think to customize the style and length of your notebooks. Now, I'm wondering, it be interesting? Can we now say to the podcast, I want 5 minutes? Can you even tell it that? Can you custom?
No, not unless you have the plus.
I guess so. And then create shared. See, this is the idea. Create shared notebooks for your team and get usage analytics. Well, now you have the URL that you can share an additional private. Generate audio, listen on the go, create one click, ask questions for deeper insights, and get answers and citations. Okay. Follow us on X. Funny. Okay. Why not follow us on YouTube? Their product. You see that how it, they're almost admitting something there. Okay. So.
Yeah, I think YouTube's kind of dying a little.
Right. So the idea here, I did this, which was interesting. I took one of the YouTubes that I recorded from the class, plus the Rainier one, and saved it to notes. Introduction to, notice the first source is a YouTube transcript of the class, and the other one, and then the audio overview, the briefing doc. So what I'd like them to do for their homework is to use all four of these: study guide, FAQ.
Timeline is useless for this.
Yeah. Well, the timeline, I did the timeline. And the timeline was basically doing, in the history of it. When I created the timeline, you can see here for that first chapter. I was able to do it.
I guess might as well.
You know why it's good to do timeline, Daniel?
See it?
Yes, see what it's going to be and where does it fit.
Yeah, well, study guide is very useful.
Yeah, but here, pre-late, December 31st, they were trying to do early February 14th, you know what I mean? Current time, ongoing, cast of characters. I don't know even if we need to do the recordings, for my class, but I did it, right?
Yeah.
And these are some of the students, right, that were, I guess, involved where I asked questions to. So I like cast of characters. It's kind of funny anyway. It's business leader. So it's more like they're exploring key concepts. So I would have them for each of them. This is studio. Have each of them do the study guide, right? The briefing doc, frequently asked questions. I'd have them do all four.
Okay.
And I'd have them also do, of course, do the audio overview. And once they got that, click to load the conversation, do that. I'd also have them do the interactive mode. And the question is, I want them to record it so we can hear their interactive mode, because their interactive mode will not appear anywhere.
Yeah.
So the question is, do we want them to record this in a Zoom?
Probably Zoom. It's so much easier.
Yeah, have them record this in a Zoom.
Then they can send the cloud link.
Yeah, and then they can send the cloud link. And should we have them also and start typing here from their resources, add a question?
They could just ask it themselves.
Yeah, but right, at this point, right here.
Well, they have to ask for the multiple choice questions too.
Right, yeah, multiple choice question is good, right? And how many multiple choice questions do we want?
10 per chapter.
But how many do for each individual?
Well, so that's the thing.
Yeah.
If we're going to assign this the week before the exam, there's not going to be like 2 of them, unless we assign one due on the exam. So, I mean, would they do all the chapters? Would they split it in the group?
I think split in the group.
Split in the group, okay.
I think that's, because my key here is I want them to the goal is I want them to get familiar with an AI that can help with education, with learning. And we're using this example of reviewing some software, and for the example, why not take our example of our upcoming exam?
Yeah.
So that should be somewhere in the beginning of what is the goal of this assignment. I'd like to have a generic part, and then we're looking at software that can help in education environment, or just in learning in general, right? If you're trying to learn something, you have all these articles you want to fact, and we're using notebook, Google, we're using then the notebook LM as an example, and then drilling down, since our exam is coming up, why not use it for our for our exam?
Yeah. Well, there's only 5 chapters.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. So each.
It's not bad.
No, and it doesn't take it, but and it's nice so they can put it together as a group that we haven't.
Yeah.
And you know what it may be? Skip, we can give them, maybe you can go through and do your example on chapter 1. You and
Oh, that would be way better. Yeah.
You do chapter 1. You and Daniel, you and Sebastian. Let Sebastian do chapter 1. As a group, meet as a group to combine together to talk about it, and then have them do the rest of the chapters, because there's 4 people to a chapter. 4 people to a group. What do you think about that?
That's perfect.
And chapter 1 is generic anyways,
Yeah.
So they'll be doing TG1, TG2, 4, and 5, right?
Yes.
See why this is important to do this session
I'm
together.
learning it almost.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And then I want them to use all aspects, from querying.
Are there any groups with 5 members?
You can check. I know there's groups with 3 members.
So what do they do in a case of 3? Just one does more?
Or they can look at it together as a group. Or maybe have them do that and then let them decide. What do you think? What do you think?
I think they can decide.
They can decide.
Yeah, it all has to get done.
Well, it has to get done, and also it's to their benefit, right?
Yeah. Or there's one with 1. Who's Sam Morton?
Who? Which?
Sam Morton, I think.
Oh, there's.
In H, there's a group of 1.
Is he?
And there's a group of 3. Why doesn't he join them?
Okay. Has he done his work? Even look at attendance. Look at anything.
No. He hasn't.
Okay. So you don't want him to. You don't want to put him in a situation where that group. You don't want to penalize the group.
Makes sense.
Okay. There is though, and I believe, was it K?
In H, there's a group of 3.
Yeah.
In K, there's another group of 3.
Mm-hmm.
That's all right. There's only 2 total groups of 3. That's fine.
Right, and in K, I think there were some that they added the class, so they weren't somehow.
I put it in.
But they're a group of 2.
I don't see them at all.
Was it K when you were there, or was it J? You remember those 2 guys? Were you there?
No, I wasn't there.
Last time there was 2 guys. Look at K and J. Well, maybe, or A. Let me just see. It all starts blending together, right?
It's gotta be K, not J.
Yeah.
I see there's 2 groups of 3 here. Group 6 and group 7.
What is it? Because there were 2. Because I told them they were 2 guys, and they both were not in any. I told them to finish at the end. Let me just see here. K. Okay. So I don't see them here. Let me see HI. Let me just put them all in here. Let's just see all these. Let me do HI. So I got 3 here. Yeah. So that Sam Morton really is nothing? Is he, has he?
And that's in group H, right?
H1. Yeah,
H1.
H, or whatever,
That's
H,
group 10,
yeah.
right?
What? H, yeah.
Group 10?
Yeah, group 10. Is he?
Yeah, he's done nothing.
Okay, he's done nothing, and he has, his attendance is what?
Possible he just joined, but I don't think so.
He has nothing, so. What do you mean? I don't
No,
think.
his attendance is fine, actually. He's been there for all but 2 classes.
All
And
the,
the first one was, or it was the first class he missed, and then the third class he missed. So he's been here this whole time. How has he not done the work?
and what has he done in, has he done the homeworks?
He's done, yeah, looks like it. He's done the first 3 quizzes. And he's done one of the adapters.
So do we want to have, since he's an H, do we want to have, do you want to skip him and that's it? Or do we want to have Sebastian reach out to him? What do you think as lead TA?
I can reach out. Sebastian can reach out.
Okay, have Sebastian, you decide. Daniel, when I do the lead, you as lead TA, I want you to have the option. Okay, just to, based on this, is what is his issue, and do we have, but my only problem here is, why hasn't he joined any,
He hasn't joined a group. He hasn't done anything himself.
right, and it's past due.
Yeah.
There is in that group, there is one group with 3, right?
There's
Or
one,
2,
yeah.
group 6. You know what I mean? And I know group 6 has done work.
Yeah.
They finished up their individual assignment, each of them, right? Do we have 4 or 3? Oh, I think here it's interesting. We have 4. This Ava, she's not in the front. You see this?
You should put her name on it.
Right. What? And she did it, you know what I mean? And she even got her YouTube live streaming. So that's a misnomer there.
That's group 6, right?
Yeah. This is group 6, H8 in H.
Yeah. I'll just put the name there.
And
So
then
I
have it, right. Yeah, put her name on the front. Just so it's good that we check, you know what I mean? And then in the group, let's go back to group 6 in their Zoom group assignment. Right. Oh, but she didn't show up. So maybe, did you see that? She wasn't even there. So it's all, maybe take her name off. Let's not micromanage.
Okay.
Because she really doesn't seem like she's part of the group, does it?
No.
So it's amazing. It's really herding cats in some of these groups, right? Yeah, so we got to put a question mark for group 6. Or maybe just I'll ask group 6 to stay with me.
Yeah.
At the end of the class, you know. Maybe put a note to Sebastian that he can reach out to group 6 and let them know that the AVA submitted and find out from them what's the situation or something like that. Okay. All right. So that's group, that's H1, right? And then if I wanted J, how does J look?
J looks good.
J is all 4, right?
Yeah.
So.
It's the only one that's all 4.
Mm-hmm. But, okay, here's another Ava. This is 3 right here, right? Group 2. Group 6 is 3. Group 7 is 3. So I think there are less people in, 3 groups are 3. Okay. I don't know what happened with those 2 guys. They said, at the end, they said they were going to make their group. Maybe they didn't make their group, or I don't know. We'll see. We'll see on Monday. Okay. So, let them do, so my guess is they need to add a source. So we're going to have them add one source, the PDF, and then they give them an opportunity to add more sources if they'd like. Is that the example?
Yeah.
Then
I don't know what else they would add, though.
Right. But I'm just saying they can add that. That's good enough. They want to basically, in the chat, they want to, so that's the question. Each student will ask for how many multiple choice?
I was thinking 10, maybe more.
I was thinking 5.
5? Okay.
Just the idea that it can do multiple choice. And do we want them to ask multiple choice with correct answer? Or multiple choice with afterwards a key to the correct answers?
Yeah,
let me just
the
see.
only reason I had said 10 is because there's 5 chapters. The exam has 60 questions, so we could pick and choose good questions from each.
Okay. But then you have but you have 3 sections.
Yeah, oh, that's true. I wonder if they're going to be the same or very different. We're going to find out.
You'll find out. Okay.
Okay.
So basically, give me. You can ask to give me, let's say here, give me 5 multiple choice questions followed by the key. Why did they have 2? Oh, somehow in the ethical. Okay. Okay. So this is how we want it? Or is there another way we want to say it?
I mean, that works.
No, but it really multiple. We have to figure out. You can do the multiple choice. Okay, give me. Let's try 2. Give me. Just so we'll do. Give me 2 multiple choice questions as practice, and follow the questions by the key. Keeps on giving me the ethical part.
You can do it.
What?
It's not doing it correctly.
No.
When I did it, it was.
Yeah. So figure out.
I'll find out the right prompt.
Yeah, right. Find out the right prompt, and because you can let them know the right prompt, you know. And then they have an explanation. I like the explanation.
Yeah.
Mm. Okay. Well, this is also doing because I put in the YouTube, you know what I mean? But it's the format, you know. Maybe give me